Hang on, let me get to the live. Where did I put the live? Hope everybody's doing good. This is the third time I've been on in 24 hours. So if you missed it, we had 2 interviews today. One with Gary Revel, very interesting fellow, and another one with Sonny Von Cleveland. And you're not going to want to miss either one of them. If you saw them, make sure you pop a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. If you have any questions, you can leave it for either Sonny or Gary, and they'll come back around and answer. That would be great. And then next week I have 2 more interviews, Monday and Tuesday. So far, we might even, I don't know, we had 3 this week. So they're booking fast, but I still have to book this trip, and so I've got to work around a few things. Now let me get to my YouTube studio. So I'm going to save Gypsy for the third thing, and it's going to be real fast because I just want to go over Murdaugh and the woman that ran her boyfriend over for couples therapy, because I am so disgusted right now. I need a minute because this girl is like, something's with her. How anybody can't see, I'm going to start. I don't want to start on her. I can't. I'm not going. Let me get to the thing, and I'm just disgusted. All right, let me go here. So Alex Murdaugh, right? Those of you, I don't know if you're here. Hey, Tree Dog and stuff. Hey, Tree Dog and stuff. Tree Dog. Hi, Midnight. Hi, Isabel. Kevin Leonard. Hi, Morris. Am I early or any? No, we're right here. Now, let's see. Margot, everybody, hello. And why is it going in November 24th again? I don't know what the heck is wrong with that thing. Anyway, so if most of the people I see here that are watching right now have been with us a long time, so you remember Alex Murdaugh's trial. If we have new people that are here from Gypsy, I don't know if you've always followed true crime or you just follow the Gypsy case, but if you're not familiar with the Alex Murdaugh case, it's about a backwoods Southern lawyer in South Carolina. Did a lot of underhanded things. His whole family did, and he stole lots of money from people. Then his son got into an accident because he was drunk, and he was driving a boat in South Carolina, and he crashed into a pillar under a bridge, and which set people flying off the boat. One of those people was Mallory Beach, very nice young girl, a girlfriend of someone that was on the boat, a friend of Murdaugh's son, and she wasn't found until I believe it was like a week later. And then her family had this lawsuit, wrongful death suit, and in June of, was it 2021? The mother, Alex's wife, the lawyer's wife, and son were killed out by their dog kennels on this big property they had out in South Carolina in the Low Country called Moselle. And Alex, swore it wasn't him. We've watched the police interview, all that. We watched his trial. And long story short, he was convicted, okay? And he's trying to get an appeal. And now the South Carolina Supreme Court says they are going to be the ones to decide this. So let's talk about this. Let me get a graphic so we know what we're talking about. Okay. Now this is Alex. This is his son right here. The two people in the middle wearing the white. Isn't that weird? They're both wearing blue and they're still alive. And the two wearing white in the middle of they were killed. They were ambushed and killed. And so let's see what's going on, because the court decided it's going to take over Murdaugh's case after his trial attorneys requested that the court take the jurisdiction over one of their two appeals. Alex Murdaugh's attorneys appealed immediately after he was convicted of his wife and son's murders. But after the court clerk, Rebecca Hill, was accused of rushing the jury to get a guilty verdict so she could land a book deal, things changed. Rebecca resigned in March. She's denied those allegations. She hasn't been charged with any crimes. And most of the jurors claim that they never even heard Rebecca Hill make those comments about Alex Murdaugh's trial. But two said they did hear her comment about Alex Murdaugh taking the stand, but it didn't influence their verdict, according to them. But one juror testified that Rebecca Hill told him to watch Murdaugh closely before he took the stand, and that juror claimed that the comments swayed their verdict. Alex Murdaugh's 56 years old. He was convicted in March of 2023 for the murder of his wife, Maggie, son Paul, in 2021, or as he calls Paul in the trial, Paul. Despite the juror testifying that Rebecca Hill's comments influenced their verdict, South Carolina Chief Justice Jean Toll ruled that it didn't warrant a new murder trial. Well, now it's reported that the state Supreme Court, South Carolina's Supreme Court, is going to review both appeals. It's unclear when it's going to be heard, but Alex Murdaugh's attorneys have 30 days to submit their initial arguments. So we'll see what happens there, if he's going to get a new trial. I doubt it. Most of these times they don't, right? It's so rare they do. But let's see what happens. And just real quick, I'm just going to go over something on Brian Kohberger. If you're not familiar with Brian Kohberger's case, it's in Idaho. The 4 college students at that house that were brutally murdered. Brian Kohberger from Pennsylvania, who had recently moved to Pullman, Washington, is accused of murdering all 4, and he's going to stand trial. It's a death penalty case, and so on Monday, prosecutors challenged a motion that wants to have the quadruple murder trial moved out of the county where the murders that happened in November 2022 happened, right? Kohberger's lawyers have cited media attention surrounding the case and prospective juror surveys as to why the trial should be moved from Latah County to Ada County. Prosecutors claim that Ada County has been exposed to as much media coverage regarding the case as Latah County. I think any county, right? I mean, this is like, this was a worldwide case. It's so crazy to think that somebody's not going to know this case. But again, Kohberger's trial is scheduled to begin June of 2025. A hearing regarding the possible venue change is scheduled for August 29th. Brian Kohberger's attorneys have claimed that Brian Kohberger was not at the crime scene and was driving around alone on that night the 4 college students were fatally stabbed in that off-campus house. And that was November 13th of 2022. 2 of the girls, Madison and, Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonsalves were found upstairs. There was a knife sheath that was found upstairs, and there was DNA on the flap of the knife sheath around the button that was then connected to Brian Kohberger when they went to Pennsylvania and went through his garbage, and they took some garbage and they got something of the father, and then it came back that, it would be related to Brian, and so his DNA was more likely to be on that knife sheath, and so that was very telling. And then Ethan and Zaina were found in a downstairs a bedroom on the first floor. Right? So, and then there were 2 other roommates in the house at the time. One of the roommates actually was opening the door to this room and actually saw Brian walk right by her after he had killed everyone. Okay, so we'll find out about the venue, and then the third thing we're going to discuss before we go on to Gypsy is this girlfriend. That police are Allendale County. This one right over here. From Minnesota. So she's facing charges. Police say that she floored her car and rammed it into her boyfriend right before they were on their way to couples therapy after they've been arguing the whole day. The affidavit says that this woman right here, Veronica Rolene Gast, she's 30 years old, is facing charges of second-degree assault and criminal vehicular operation, causing bodily harm, gross negligence, and domestic assault. It happened Wednesday when she drove with her boyfriend to a therapy session to work on their relationship. When they were in the car, the boyfriend said, "Hey, let's just break up. Take me home. Don't want to go to therapy. Take me home. I'm done. We're done with this relationship," okay? But instead, she stopped the car in the middle of the road, told him to get out. He got out and he walked in front of the car. He was heading for a sidewalk. As he went in front of the car, they locked eyes, and she pressed that accelerator, tried to run him over, according to the affidavit. He rolled over the hood, he smashed into the windshield, which shattered it, and he suffered a laceration to his right elbow. Girlfriend admitted that as she was pulling away, she hit the victim with her vehicle. But the boyfriend says she slowed down and stopped to call the police. He said she was in shock hitting the victim, so she did not stop right away, but she let off the gas. She told officers the windshield crack wasn't caused by his body, but because he punched it. Now, it's unclear whether she had any injuries, but police say the couple had been dating for about a year and that they lived together. Okay, well, I think it's safe to say your relationship is over, and you realize you could have killed him, and then you would have a life in prison. Pretty sad that you would even risk that. Okay. Next up, I have to get a link for you guys, because you guys have to see. If you haven't seen, you have to see what I'm talking about for the Gypsy Rose, okay? So just hang on 1 second. Let me get you the link. Okay. So Gypsy Rose is talking about crop tops. Now, I don't really remember Gypsy wearing a lot of crop tops, but She needs bigger clothes. So I'm going to give you the link. Hang on, I'm going to share it with you. Hang on. Share link. Okay. I need everybody right now that is able to and would like to go check this out. I'm going to put it right in the chat. Okay. Please go check that out. You're going to see a video where she's wearing this gray top. I really need you to go check that out if you haven't seen it. Hi, Sharon. No, I haven't. I'm speaking about her right now, Sharon. You didn't miss a thing. Hi, Heart Made Wise. Okay. Please, when you've watched it, just type in the chat, done, I've watched it. I'm going to put up a poll that goes along with if you've watched that video, okay? Okay, there's your poll. Margot says done, ridiculous. Isabel says done. Okay, so there's a poll up for you to answer. You can click on that link. Done. I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she wants people to wonder if she's faking it, Elle said. Gypsy, I've got a great idea. Why don't you just go to the doctor on your next, I mean, you don't even talk about your doctor's appointments. And I swear to you, when I say something, the next day she discusses it. So she'll probably talk about her doctor's appointment tomorrow. Why don't you talk about your doctor's appointment, Gypsy? And why don't you video the real OBGYN getting the heartbeat at your appointment and talking to you about your due date? Why don't you take the cameras on a real ultrasound? You don't even talk about things that, it's just so crazy. Crop tops. I'm living my best life. Okay, so 61% are saying no. Oh, Oliver, please go up and take that link to the Instagram. You need to watch that video and then answer the poll. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I know you do, Heart. Let's see. 65% say she's not. They don't think she is. I'm 100% convinced. 100% she's not. after that video. I was like 99.8 prior to that video. That video tipped the scales to 100%. Oliver, did you see it? Train fan? Why what? Why am I 100% convinced? Because she literally does a back bend in order to try to look like she's pregnant. There is a half picture of her, just show the whole thing. What are you going through a back bend to try to show us you're pregnant? Now, I can see a person like pulling their shirt or something real tight around their body and maybe putting their hands, but putting the whole body out there, okay? But come on. Let me see something. I want to see if I have something that right here to show you. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Shoot, I'm trying to give Gary Revel a link to our interview here. 1 second, just let me give him this. Because he's putting the wrong thing down. There we go. Give him this. Okay, sorry, I just had to do that, and I have to, I'm trying to show you, I want to show you something. And then I got sidetracked because I have ADD. Let me show you this. I hope that I can find what I am looking for. It's really positive that I had that in here because I remember it so freaking distinctly. Be flying right by it. positive that I had this one here. Can't find it in this one, then I'll just wait and I'll find it and show it to you tomorrow. I just want to see if it's for some reason. Okay, I'll find it tomorrow. But let me see what you guys have said about this now, if you had a chance to look at that. Okay. I can't add either, Carolyn. Okay, I ain't buying it. I didn't see the video, but still think she isn't pregnant. Oh, you should see it, Captain Lee. It's crazy, okay? Just crazy, okay? Now let me see it. So, 65% of you that watched it say she's not pregnant. 35% of you that watched it say she is pregnant. I say she's not pregnant. I think the only question in my mind now is, what is she going to do about this? When is Lifetime going to finish filming? That's what I need to know. Is it going to be a cliffhanger, boom, that she has a fake miscarriage or threatened miscarriage? Or is she going to take this all the way to the end and then tell people she's going to have a home birth, whatever? I don't know. I don't think she's going to take it all the way to the end, even though she probably would like to get a silicone baby bump, do that, because she'll have to do what she can't say the baby died, because that would be a full-term infant that would have a funeral and a resting place and all of that, and it would be too hard for her to lie about that in such a small town. Now, if she says the baby's here and I don't want to film the baby, that's also going to come out eventually, because people are going to see there is no baby. We've seen the whole family leaving the house. There's no baby there, okay? So I think if she is not pregnant, she's going to have some type of a crisis that is going to cause her to lose a fake pregnancy. And it's going to have to happen quickly, because she allegedly is 17 weeks pregnant. Your partner is a male, LOL, with a bigger belly, as he can push his belly out and look more pregnant than her. She did a back bend, Joanne, a back bend. Ken spoke of attending multiple ultrasounds. So would he lie to? Ken also said, don't turn that ultrasound to the camera. And Ken didn't speak of multiple ultrasounds, Sharon, because when I heard him, they were talking about one ultrasound, and she said specifically, I want to get another ultrasound where the baby looks like a baby and not just like a little blob thing. And she would have had one if she had this prenatal testing that she said she had. But he did not want her to turn that ultrasound towards the camera. So I think they would all be in on it. All of them. Just like they lied about not knowing the baby's sex. They all knew it. It's crazy. She's pushing it for a miscarriage at this point. She'd probably have to go to the hospital. Yeah, but you know what? She'll tell you that, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they were out of town. We went to the ER in another town. And oh my gosh, it was so horrible. And we went on a little, the parole officer said I could go, spend the night over here. We just had a romantic night. And then we had to go to a different place. It'll be something like that. Believe me. Or she'll say something to the effect that she started cramping and bleeding and, all of that stuff. And that the OBGYN said that, it would be okay if she did that at home and come back in the office to make sure that she passed everything with an ultrasound. And, oh, yeah, I did, but we're so upset about it. They want their bag. They want their bag of money. Train fan, they want their bag of money. Yeah. Yep. They wanted to secure that season. She would be off social media for at least 8 hours. Yep. I hate to say things like that she's not doing, because then she will go ahead and, she'll go ahead and say something that, because I said it, I swear to you, she did the fruit. She talked about the cats after I mentioned that she didn't say, Gypsy, what about the other cat? You only said the one cat is taken care of. What about, you said there were 2 cats? Is this a fake baby? And he said, well, I've seen the positive pregnancy test and I've been to multiple ultrasounds with Gypsy. So really, he's been to multiple? Interesting. With links to her PayPal. She's a manipulator. Yeah. I mean, there's still people out there saying like, oh, she was so abused by her mother. Oh, really? Did you see her at the Sci-Fi? The Vision Con? Did you see her there with her mother? She didn't look abused. She looked like she was playing the part. And like somebody said, she was playing the part of a special needs child. She was playing the part of somebody that was just about developmentally disabled. Really playing that part when she was singing and doing stuff. And it was all part of this grift that her mother and her had together. Is her hair shorter? Yeah, I don't know. She cut it, I guess. She had to do that since she was a child. Oh, Scarlett, she wasn't a child, though. See, that's what you're missing. She wasn't a child. She was 23 years old. She was not a child. She took three Make-A-Wish trips. And the last one being when she was an adult and knew it. That's why she says she feels guilty. She wasn't old enough to make those decisions. She was old enough at 23 to steal a knife to plan her mother's murder. Okay? She was old enough to do all of that, to get the gloves, to organize everything. And people say they believe she even unalived your mother herself. This you read initially. This I read initially. I don't know what that means, Scarlett. This I read initially? This I read initially. People thought initially Listen to me. Go look at, Scarlett, do me a favor. Please go watch Gypsy Rose's interrogation, the whole thing, after they are taken in from Nick's house after her mother is killed. And listen in Gypsy's interrogation if she mentions anything about being abused medically, because she doesn't. She doesn't. At all. That came about from her defense lawyers. She didn't mention it at all. I read it, I watched it, and did several times. Okay. So you read it and you watched what? I'm a little confused. You want to call in? It may be easier to get your point across if you call in. Would you like to call in? You can email me for the number. I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing either. That however she was given surgeries because she has a syndrome where there's a chromosome, it's a chromosome deletion syndrome, and those surgeries she had were necessary. But as part of this big fraud, which is what happened, they said other things. Just like they said their records were destroyed in Katrina in order to make Gypsy younger than she was. Okay? Time she's full term, she won't be able to walk through doorways. Let's see, what is she, let me see. So Sharon Harrod says, about her posture, though totally weird, she keeps forgetting that the top of the uterus, exactly, Sharon, exactly. It's not at the belly button or above it. And she rubs from right down below where her bra would be, and she acts like that would be her whole belly sticking out like that. Her uterus, exactly, especially for a first-time pregnancy, which it's not that, okay, it's already stretched out and some people show much sooner, but it would not be up that high. Not at all. The fundal height would not be that high. I agree with you completely. And she's rubbing the whole abdomen like she's 38 weeks. Exactly, Sharon. Yes, I agree. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now 53 people believe she is not pregnant based on that, and 47 people are saying, yeah, she's pregnant. So we're going to have to see. It's getting closer now. That's all right. I don't believe it at all. Just saying. That's my opinion. You can believe whatever you want. There's a lot of tells that I see. I'm not going to say them all the time because I'm serious. When I say something, the next day she goes and corrects it. I'm going to keep a couple of those tells to myself right now. But there are certain things that, besides her back bend, that 100% I feel, no way is she pregnant. And to tell you the truth, I don't think Ken is her ideal man. Not at all. I think she is hoping for a friend, a referral from the Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. And that's what she's hoping for. She wants those $20 Hailey Bieber skin smoothies. And she wants to have that kind of status. And she wants to think she can be with a celebrity. And she thinks she is a celebrity, and she thinks Kim Kardashian, she can get in those circles and get with her, and she'll meet somebody. Ken is not her dream guy. Ken is just Mr. In-Between. Mr. In-Between. Okay, that's what he is, Mr. In-Between. So let's see. I'm going to end that poll there. Let's see what else is going on with Gyp Gyp. Let's see what the interwebs are saying about Gyp Gyp. We need our dose of Gyp tea. Okay. All right, let me see here. That's the one I want. Oh, let me see here. Oh, did you hear about this one? That Gypsy Rose believed in Santa Claus until she went to jail. She believed in Santa Claus. 23 years old. You believe that too? Meanwhile, she was on all the BDSM sites and playing different characters, but she believed in Santa Claus, right? That's what she said. You believe that's the truth too? I wonder. I'm not talking to anyone in particular. I'm just saying that in general. Not to anybody here. It's like more to the people that keeps, saying that out there, out in the interwebs. So people are saying like she had a pregnancy obsession back to when she was with Nick. And she said she wanted that with Dan. She was obsessed with pregnancy with Nick, Ryan, and Ken. Does the obsession continue? Will there be a new obsession? I don't see her wanting the responsibility of taking care of a baby. She's too self-centered, too about herself, and it's let me see this now. But I'm just that video. And if you missed that video, you know, go check it out. If the link's not still there, I can get it for you again. You know what? She said on April 4th or 5th, she was on birth control. But May 4th, allegedly, it was already being announced she was pregnant. 4 weeks after that, allegedly saying that she was on birth control with Ken. Let me look at about if we can find out anything about the filming of Life After Lockup. Okay. See, they're like trying to say that it's not filming, but it is filming. It is 100% filming right now. And I'm just wondering how many episodes is it going to be? And you know, what is going to be the cliffhanger, what's going to be going on with that. Let me go and check on a little something. A little something special. Okay. Nope. Just looking at something. Huh. So I'm pretty sure. Gypsy's oldest sister, correct, is Nicolette. Does she have a little boy? I missed something. Seeing if we see any pictures of Roddy in this. Oh, wait a second. That is very interesting because that's Mia's boyfriend right there. Why is she with Mia's boyfriend? That's odd. Odder than odd. Hold on one second here. Maybe it's his brother? They look almost the same. Okay, because that can't be her. Just weird to have so many Nicolettes. And this is all public, what we're looking up. There's only one Nicolette. Interesting. Okay, let me see one thing here. Okay, let me see if this is... I'll have to look this up later. I know that the sister is on social media and interesting. Okay, let me go back here and see where you guys are and what you're doing. Okay, Nicolette's husband, baby dad looks... Oh, okay, right, Sharon? Crazy how much he looks alike. Do you think that's his brother? That's crazy. I thought it was the same guy. Her mom was Jill. Okay, Oliver, I didn't know Ron and Dee Dee got back together for... Yeah, they did get back together, it said, for a brief period of time. Absolutely, she said she didn't know if they were doing this. Yeah, she was already filming it. Yeah, she asked Santa for some new wigs and crotchless undies. That's the excuse she'd give if someone asked her how she got a hold of all of that stuff, if her mother was so controlling. Oh my gosh. She had a boyfriend from my area, but I can't remember his name. I'll go look. Yeah, the baby daddy, husband, boyfriend, looks so much like Mia's boyfriend. I thought it was him. I think they have to be related. They look like brothers, but that would be really strange unless you know, that's how one of them met, right? Maybe, you know, he's got a brother, and there wouldn't be, I mean, it's not unheard of that siblings can marry into the same family. And it's not that Mia and Nicolette, I don't even think they were raised in the same household, so it's not that crazy, but hang on a minute, I gotta put something away. But I don't know, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. That is just crazy. I can't believe I'm growing all these tomatoes in. Gotta eat these tomatoes. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, let's see now. Did anybody else see that about Nicolette and Nicolette's boyfriend, baby daddy? Did they marry in the same family? Hi, Gail B. We need to make Jip Jip a lie chart. like the one we used for a former YT detective. We do, Oliver. I elect you project manager. I'm sorry, I'm eating a peach. I was watching a video of Gypsy in the car with Mia, Kristy, Kristy's mom, and herself. And she was asking for advice, and Mia told her something like along the lines of, think before you speak or do anything. But Gypsy's just like, did another video, I don't know if it's today, but Kristy came flying in the room and she's like, I'm live, and Kristy's like, she has this look and she slinks right back out, and you could see Gypsy was like, she's such a little you know what I mean, when someone's like just like you can't trust them, and they got that smug look, the one you want to wipe off their face. That's Gypsy. And then she's like, oh, did she not brush her hair or something? Like I don't know, she just really... She really does think she is a celebrity. I think all the commercials I get on... All the commercials I get on you is for Lume? Oh, is that deodorant or something? That body deodorant? You get those commercials all the time? Oh my gosh. Jip Jip. Did anybody else hear anything else about Jip Jip? I think she's going to be 18 weeks pregnant. I'm trying to remember because I went away this week, and that's why I'm so kind of crazy. 18 weeks pregnant this coming week, right? She doesn't have a lot of time to mess around. Not at all. Oh yeah, I get it every time in yours. TikTok. Yeah, I mean, it is TikTok counting it down. But you know what I can't believe, okay? I don't know how big. Let me look at the population of Cutoff, Louisiana. $5,619 as of 2022. So, let's see, Cutoff, Louisiana, on the bayou. Population 533 in 2020. Cutoff had its start by the building of the canal. It's located in south central Lafourche Parish on both sides of the bayou. It is bordered by northwest by La Rose and the south by Galliano. Louisiana Highway 1 runs through the center of Cutoff. Okay. So what is in this town as an OBGYN? How many OBGYNs in Cutoff, Louisiana? Let's see. Okay. So there's, let's see, Dr. Richard James Clement in Cutoff, Dr. Charles Henry Fauchot. Okay, so Fauchot. I don't know. But they might be all in the same practice here, right? Dr. Elena Louise Mann, Dr. Robert Vincent Cazayoux, Dr. Frederick Cardwell, Dr. Christine Albright. No, she's not in Cutoff. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Cutoff. And they may be all at one practice. And that brings me to the other thing. The pictures of Gypsy, Rod, and that Dr. Beckerman, I want to find out what the deal is. I didn't say that that's her father. I said that some people said it was, and that he looks similar to Gypsy. Where Rod, I don't think she looks at all like Rod. And I said, we're going to go and see about who he is and why he was around Dee Dee. Okay. Gypsy and Dr. Beckerman and Dee Dee were very close. He was her doctor in Missouri. Then after they moved to Kansas, so did he. When he became her doctor again, he helped them to get a lot of things. He called them his favorite mother-daughter duo, and they even ate meals at his house. Why has Gypsy never mentioned him anywhere? And why were the doctors who suspected abuse a part of her TV show, but the doctor with the biggest part was non-existent? So okay. Let me see here. The poodles? What are the poodles? What about the poodles? Her poodles. Poodles like dogs? Okay, let's see here. Excuse me, I got a sneeze. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Just trying to see if there's any Blanchard. Was treated when she was 2. We treated her for 10 years. I don't know. I mean, I'll keep, let me see, looking into this just to see where, hold on one second. Has Rod and Gypsy and the family, have they ever done a DNA test or anything like that? Just wondering. Asking for a friend. It's 2 a.m. Okay, you're going to bed? Okay, if the video is on TikTok, I won't see it. No, it's not on TikTok, hon. I put the link there. Okay, next rumor, the video coming out is Kristy kissing Ken. It's a picture of Kristy kissing Ken, isn't it? Let's see. Kristy kissing Ken. Gypsy and all right, let me just check something here. Gypsy. I don't see anything yet, Oliver, on that. Oh my gosh, there was a journalist for News Nation who died after being struck by a train. She's 22 years old. She was hit by a train in Chicago. Shortly before her death, she messaged her family to say she was going shopping and getting off early from her shift at News Nation, which is based in downtown Chicago. She then began to commute back home to Dyer in Indiana, and when exiting her train at the station where passengers have to walk across the train tracks to access the parking lot, her family said she saw other commuters in front of her cross the tracks. However, her view was obstructed by a concrete pillar. Oh my goodness. This is her. I'm not familiar with her name, but let me put that there. And it says that I guess her grandmother said, we have the kids on a Life 360 app, and we saw that she got on the train, Grace's father, Phil, said, and then a delay came up on the South Shore website. The one said that the train pedestrian accident, and I thought, glad it's probably not her. Got a bad feeling she was the one who was hit. As soon as I saw she ended up at University of Chicago, I hopped in the car and drove down. And they asked, are you related to Grace Benkowski? Grace was transported to the emergency room at University of Chicago alive, but after hours of surgery she was pronounced dead. Her father said his initial thought was that it was impossible. He was under the assumption that if you were hit by a train leaving the station, obviously it wouldn't be that fast, and worst case would be a broken leg. It's the worst nightmare ever. Wow. Northern Indiana Commuter Transport District, which operates the South Shore line, says they will install interim warning signs. It's horrible. The family said they viewed a video of the incident and no horn was blown by the conductor, and the train accelerated. No noise, no nothing. From the video, all you hear is a thud. Then the engineer blows a horn, saying his daughter was thrown 50 feet in the accident. She was beautiful inside and out, said her grandmother, Mary Ann O'Neill. She knew what she wanted to do in life, and it was the news. She was blessed in so many ways. Wow, that's very sad. Okay, I think it's 2:14. I've had a very long day, and I have a long day tomorrow, and I've really got to get like some stuff shipping done, and I don't have interviews tomorrow. I know I have to do some scheduling and stuff, and I have other things I have to do, but I think I'm going to call it a night. It's 2 a.m. You say just checking something on Nicolette's husband. They have different surnames. Oh, okay. Doesn't mean they might not be related. Wow, they look alike though, Sharon. Yeah, they really do. Sharon Howard. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless, prayers, and let's talk tomorrow. Love you guys. Good night. Good night.